Hello, everybody. Thanks for checking me out. You're tuned in to another episode of Flawless Fatherhood. As you can see, this episode is basically titled Child Support Day One. Okay, so I basically want to take everybody back to where day one, when once you're ordered to pay child support from the courts, and how you should view it. In my opinion, in my personal opinion, via a person that's had child support brought into the household for him and his sons, and a person that still actually pays child support, although I'm on a 50-50 timeshare, shared custody. Okay? Now that's because I make more money than my 9-year-old son, a decent amount, so I still have to pay a little bit of child support. Not enough to cry home about, but I want you to know there is a case to where some people used to ask me, say, hey, how come you still have to pay child support and you have them 50% of the time? Well, because I make, at the time of the financial affidavit and putting all the money, doing the finances, that I almost made double what she made. So it's not fair that one person can make, let's throw a number out there per se, 100,000, and then the woman made 45,000. And if they shared equal timeshare, it's not, it's supposed to be like the same percentage of the person's income supposed to go towards the child. That's for a different story, but I just want to let you guys know, from a person that's received child support from an ex-wife as raising our two sons into men, I also still pay child support even at a 50-50 split because of the the earnings differential between my sons. So I want you to understand, you're talking to a person that's received it in and giving it out. See, that's something that you're going to be given here at this platform, to where I can speak to you from both aspects. Both aspects. And that's where a lot of people really can't speak to you from both aspects. Just like, I've been to court and won in a divorce, and I've been unwed and still essentially won. Not for me to win, for my child to win, to where he can have adequate time with me and his mom, same amount. So essentially, I won for him, okay? And my experiences is what I'm giving to you guys on this platform, on this brand new platform, to let you know that it is possible. Okay, enough about me. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Child support day one. This is how I view it. Okay, the judge puts down an order, stamps it down, boom, you pay, I don't know, I'm just throwing a number out there, $500 a month for child support for your one kid or two kids. Who cares? It just, you pay your own child support. So you feel in some type of way that certain monies that are going to be coming out your account to see the child, or you're going to have to pay for the child or children, and you don't get that hands-on time. Now that's going to make you feel some type of way. But we have to get out of the mindset as men, and even some women, because I know, granted, it's a crazy issue to where it's predominantly us men getting screwed, but there's a slither of percentage in there to where women be getting gashed too. So they're the casualties of war of this screwed up system. But let's put it like this, guys. We have to get out of this program thinking. And I'm looking at you and I'm telling you, it's programmed. It's all programmed. Just like when I told you guys that signing that birth certificate, they put that into our heads thinking we signed this birth certificate so we have rights. We're the dad. We're official. But no, that doesn't mean that we're official. That doesn't mean we're the father. It means nothing. It's really a formality to get us to not do something else to really secure our place in our children's lives. But as it pertains to child support, when that order gets stamped, boom, it feels like a life sentence. It feels like, boom, until this child is 18 years old, this is going to be on my back for that duration. And I'm here to tell you, that's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true, and let me tell you why. The reason why, for one thing, we feel it is that way because we've seen countless other people just, okay, that's it, and they go and they pay their child support and they're done after 18 years and that's it. But that is a mistake. That's a mistake. Because they accepted those terms and did their bid. Okay? What they did, let's take for instance, if a mother's getting child support, okay? The finances with the dad has changed. Or with herself, let's say she loses her job. Or let's say if the father gets like this crazy, ridiculous bonus or something. Or actually where he got hired and he makes almost double or something. You know, crazy finance change. The mother is well in her rights, just like if it was a father on the other end, well in her rights to be able to go back to the courts and open up a case and redo the numbers for the child support. You know, if the finances need to be adjusted, they can be adjusted. Now, normally that would happen after a good couple years or something like that, to where it don't look malicious. But that person that has the child, if the other person's finances it actually bumped up that much to where it made a significant difference, then that mother's well within their rights to do so. That parent with the children is more in their rights to do so. Now I know that might be an awkward thing for you to hear me say, but it's the truth. Because at the end of the day, now granted, some parents don't do for the kids as they should, but the kids rate a certain portion of that increase, right? Based off the finances. I'm gonna pause right there and give you an example. Okay, I had my oldest two sons from the ages of 8 and 3. Okay, now I positioned myself to where I could win that case. And I was the primary residential parent. The mother had them every other weekend from Friday through Sunday. I settled for child support. I'm just going to tell you, see, this is about when I tell you you have to finesse the game, you have to be crafty. This is not indoctrination, this is an indictment on her, but I'm telling you just how you have to be, even if you're on the other side. Where I knew she wanted out, and I didn't allow her to take the kids as we were married, and I initiated the divorce. I built up my resume to where she couldn't take the kids from, basically I had all the responsibilities for the children, and she didn't even have a place for them. I had to live with her sister and her mom, and her sister and her aunt and stuff like that. So it was I think it was around about $570 that she had to pay for child support coming in to me for the children, because the children were in the home with me. Well, part of a negotiation, I negotiated it down to $250. Now, the reason I did that because I wanted it to feel like she was winning. I wanted it to be done and over with. I wanted a less fight as possible. So she was already dug herself a hole because she left the house, right? And I was the father, so she left the house. And I didn't allow the mother to take the kids. You know what I'm saying? We talked about that before. Because no matter what nobody tell you, if you're married and that's the kid's legal residence, you don't have to let them go. As long as you play your game, play your hand right, don't put your hands on her, don't cut your own nose, you'll be fine. So that happened. So she thought she was getting a good deal. Plus she knew I was a stud father. She knew I was a flawless father. That's what she knew in the back of her head, and she prioritized her freedom. So I negotiated down to $250. She signed off on it. Boom, we were done. Okay? For the most, we was done. Couple years later, I went back out there by myself, opened back up the case, didn't need a lawyer either, and actually went back and readjusted the child support to where it should be. It even went up a little bit more from the 570 something at that point in time. It's like 6 something or whatever. And boom, that's what she started having to pay. Okay, now I did that at first so I can secure my sons. Sure, I was giving up an additional, I don't know, almost $300 every month for what would have been rated, but I'd have had to go in front of the court. Never know, probably could have risked it and probably had to have 50-50, but I gave that up for a period of time, then went back out there. But you know why? Because I was well within my rights to do so. I wanted to tell you that, guys, that so that you know it's not just that one-sided, but a lot of men are in that position to execute and do that. Because more men are in the situation where they feel like, oh, I'm on child support, I have to see this through until age 18, but it's not true. The main reason I'm making this video, before I digress too much, is to let you know, treat that as, let's say if a person got a job. I mean, it's different nowadays, it's 2023, right? But let's say a person got a job. They got a nice job, nice career, and let's say, and they've been doing great for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Things are different now, but back in the day, what did they used to do when they wanted a promotion? Did they wait on the boss to go ask them for a promotion? Or did they go in there and ask for another promotion? They went in there and asked. That was commonplace for people to do. They go in there and say, hey, Baba, and they present their case. Say, I'm this, I'm that, I'm always at work, I do this, I go above and beyond. Can I have a raise? That's how we need to treat the child support system. Now, I know it's like, oh, no, that ain't gonna work, How do you know if you've never tried it? Okay? You're never gonna know unless you never try. Let's go a step further. Let's use another analogy. Let's say a prisoner. Person got judge slammed together. Boom. 18 years. So, you think prisoners in there are just gonna take those 18 years and just be like, oh, well, judge gave me 18 years. I don't deserve 18 years, but I'm going to just do it and deal with all the BS in this prison system and get out a more jacked up person. No. What they do, they go in there and they try to read books. They try to get degrees. They be on their best behavior for the most part. Try not to get any write-ups. And then you know what they do? When they're eligible, they try to go up for parole. They try to go up for parole to get out early, to change their circumstances. Yes, to change their circumstances. Maybe because of, like I said, maybe because of good behavior, or they improve themselves, or just simply because their situation changed. That's how we must treat child support, and not having your kid an equal amount of time as the mother. 50-50. Because let's tell you something. That should be the minimum. When two sound parents, mother and father, and they don't stay together, they break up, the mother don't rate these kids more than the father, and the father don't rate these kids more than the father. Just that simple. It's crazy because they've twisted our minds into thinking that a seed that comes from us men, to go and get fertilized in the woman, somehow it belongs to her. Our sperm that comes from us, that she holds in there for 9 months, belongs to her. What sense does that make? We have to change how we think. Let's change how we think. So, having said all that, what we have to do as fathers, no matter how little we see our kids, this is if you want to do it. People are scared of the hard work. It's not necessarily hard. Might be time consuming, but it ain't necessarily hard. Use hard just as a general term. It may take some effort. If you care about your child or children, you have to build up your case. Build up your case. Your case was like this, to the ground before. This one. Build it up. Build it up. Don't only just spend 4 days a month, every other weekend with your child. Hey, play the game. It's a long game. A year and a half. What you do is you start to build up your case. You be like, hey, because trust me, those moms want their free time as well. Okay? It may be, hey, look, how about, you got a thing going on with the kids, such and such, I'll take them on this day, whatever this, and then, or I'll take them on that day. Or if she's going ready to go out of town or something, say, hey, don't worry, I'll keep them for this. Try to be on enough of a rapport with her where you can keep the kids and maybe have them overnight. If she want to stay out and go to the club, so she can drop it like it's hot and she can start busting it down, because that's what they're going to do, So you capitalize on that. Hell, if she want to see you as a glorified babysitter, let her. Let her do it for 6 months, a year, 18 months, 2 years. And you gather up all that information. No, not just something happened and you write it down on paper. No. Let her know that if you need to go pick up the kids, if she needs you to go pick up the kids, you're there. You text her. Make a text paper trail. I can't stand when people just write stuff down because that can be a bold-faced lie. You can't refute text. So if you say, hey, let's say if she should call you and say, hey, could you go pick the kids up? Or I can't get off work or something like that. It's true, you get the kids. Let's say she called you though. You go and shoot the kids. You pick them up. You take them back. You take them off, drop them off, whatever the case may be. Go get some ice cream or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You spice it up a little bit. You text back and say, hey, got the kids, scooped them up, I dropped them off at your mom's. Everything's good to go. We went and had some ice cream and we talked and chopped it up a little bit. Just to let you know everything was good. Let me know when you need me, and let me know when you need me, if you ever need me. So I got your back, so I'm here to hold my part as it pertains to the kids. I'm willing to do my share, my equal share when it comes to the kids. And of course, you kind of throw that equal share word in there, I'm willing to pull my part, my weight, do my equal share with the kids. And what she's going to say, she's not going to say anything about it. She's going to be like, oh, that's great, this, that, okay, this, that. So then you screenshot that conversation, print it, because you don't leave it in your phone, because something might happen to your phone, set it aside. She needs you again, or whatever. You text it, this, that, kids are all secure. She say thank you, this, that. She might even throw some crap in there, thank you, you're awesome, this, that, boom, screenshot it, this, that. You set it all to the side, building yourself up a case. Again, not just stuff like that, from picking them up. It could be from, having them more time than what you wanted, the 4 days a month. So maybe one day here, one day the next week, one more additional day 2 weeks from now. So it looked like at the end of the day, you'll have them 10, 12 days a month for like 12 straight months. So it's showing good faith. Teaching your son how to ride a bicycle, teaching them, taking them to swimming lessons. Those type of things will show this father is active as hell. You have to build yourself up a case. Oh, one of the car seats messed up or something, or you get word one of the car seats. You go out and buy another car seat and give it to mom. And then text him, be like, I heard the car seat was messed up. So he right here. I saw a good sale on one that say, keep the receipt and attach it to the screenshot that you print out based on what she say, her reply. You build yourself a case. That whole car seat thing, that was something that I actually did because that was my youngest son's mom. Her daughter transported our son without a car seat one day, and I found out about it, transported it to me, and I saw him without a car seat. So I realized, this is a problem because it's 2 years getting transported in the back without a car seat. So what did I do? I went and bought a car seat. I didn't have to. I didn't want to spend that $60, $70, but I went and did that. And attached it to the note, the conversation that I had with her daughter. Say, hey, such and such, we got to be careful. Make sure, you get the car seat from your mom. And she's like, yeah, mom took the car seat, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this and that. Went and bought a car seat, this and that, snapped it onto the thing. I built up a case. My toy didn't do jack, but did the formalities, So that's just straight the hell up. You know what? Because I had the passion and desire to get the damn thing done. Okay? So you have to work on building yourself a case. And once you build up yourself a case, then you can go into the courtroom again and say, Your Honor, I love my kids. My kids love me. Here's the proof that I've been doing above and beyond and been doing what I was supposed to do for my kids. At the time, I understand I didn't have an apartment. I have my apartment. Here's a picture of the kids' rooms with a bunk bed and this and that. Here, each one of their dresser, they have toys there. They enjoy it when they're there, this, that, but. And I'm here, hoping I can have equal time share with my kids. You have to make it difficult for that judge to say no. Will some judges say nah, some might. But it might be a great deal of those people to be like, you know what? There been a bunch of deadbeat dads that came into my courtroom today that I done sliced and diced up. I'm finna run one and get this dude one real quick. And boom, 50-50. Mom's all crying, because she don't get no child support or very little. But that's how it works. You have to stand out more than the other guys do that come into the system, come into the courtroom. I'm going to let you go, but it's like this. Get pulled over by a cop, right? You get pulled over, you want to be on your best behavior. You might be riding dirty, but you get right. You don't give the cop an attitude. You yes sir, no cop, no your officer, absolutely not. You treat him with respect. If that cop don't have anything to put his negative energy on because he's out at 12:30 at night, he don't feel like he could just grab you out of the car and do what he want to do with you. He more so like, oh, this MF is too freaking nice. Let me let this sucker go or give him a slight ticket or whatever. Let him go if I go find somebody that I can really freaking throw my frustrations out on. It's just that simple. I know because it's happened to me. I knifed them to death. Hit him with so many nice burgers that if I'd have been out of pocket or got crazy, they could have took things and leveled them up and caught your boy slipping some type of way. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I'm just letting you know, you have to play the role. You have to finesse the system. Build yourself a case. Just because you get put on child support does not mean you have to be that way for 18 years. Just because everybody else does it does not mean it's the case. Get that out of your head. Rework your mind. Put a screwdriver in there and freaking tighten it up. Adjust some stuff. It does not have to be that way. I'm passionate about this. Every judge isn't the same, just like every cop isn't the same, right? So we just have to be diligent and be proactive if you love your kids enough. Like, comment, subscribe. Flawless Fatherhood.